let's go check in on our guy, Rico Champion. For those of you who do not know who Rico is, Rico was a longtime friend of Chef Carmen that recently decided to leave Houston, Texas, and go out on his own with a friend that goes by the name of Nicole. Now, I slid on over to a page that is ran by, I believe her name is Ari, sorry if I mispronounced your name, to see if there was any updates, because it's been a little bit quiet concerning Rico. Ari had put up a post that read like this. Good morning, cousins. I hope these two big clowns are held accountable this month. The lies, the foolery, the trickery, the scamming is getting ridiculous. I believe the case with NAD is really going to be the one to do it. FYI, I still can't post videos or pictures. Now, for those of you who are lost, Chef Carmen had court this month with Boss Lady and Nandy After Dark. The court date with Boss Lady was postponed, I think, or pushed back. From my understanding, per what I'm hearing, is it was done with the request of Boss Lady. Nandy and Chef Carmen have a separate situation going on that they are currently going to court for as well. Well, the comment section began to ask about Rico's situation and what was going on with him. Check out what one person wrote. A writer says, at this point, I feel like it's been a bunch of criminal hype, but whatever. I'm not even interested in the lawsuit with Boss Lady because it's not a criminal case. 3 years of waiting and hoping for criminal charges to stick, something to happen, and all I've seen so far is our side getting played by Boss Lady, our side getting arrested, pages over here being snatched and demonetized, no update on Rico and the human trafficking charges or the car, our money paid for, the Miss Pat with Caroline faded into the abyss somewhere. Now we waiting for some harassing communication charges to stick. What the F? Are they even criminals, or have we all been lied to? No proof of criminal charges about any of these things. Nowhere. Sigh. And that's not where it ends. Someone else wrote, I wish Boss Lady and family would let us know if the case is going forward. We had been here from the beginning and saw how they tried to diminish her business and reputation. Other people chime in and try to tell people, y'all got to remember about the case with Boss Lady being filed, that it was filed by Carmen and Boss Lady is countersuing allegedly, and that something about if Carmen drops her suit, something about it taking a little bit more time. I'm not sure where the whole drop Carmen suit came from. Now, I am not watching this whole lawsuit thing closely. I do not look up public records per se or anything like that. I report on what's shown to us publicly. I am not an investigator. I just report what is publicly displayed for us to see. I'm not going to really dig for much of anything at all. But you guys can pause to read some of these other statements. But it sounds like the girls are becoming a bit agitated and impatient, because it sounds like a lot of these individuals who are watching these pages and following them have been following since the beginning. Someone mentioned 3 years ago, and they trying to figure out where are the results, what's going on, why are we being kept in the dark, where are the updates, what's going on. Meanwhile, Boss Lady is living her best life. From my understanding, she was out in Paris, she out in Greece, she out there traveling with her family, enjoying life. Don't look like she has a care in the world. Now, let's go back to Rico. Someone else says, what's going on with the Rico case, cousin? The case you, Lola, Netta, and cousin Nicole supposed to be working on. Does he got a car yet? Have he found a place yet? Etc. I'm sure all of us cousins would love to know an update. Someone else said, I'm not understanding why Nandy case is so important when it has nothing to do with scamming. I did not jump on board to defend what she did to Nandy, and if she gets locked up for it, that still has nothing to do with trafficking. I'm just saying, waiting for Nandy is a bit desperate and says a lot about the truth or lack thereof. Baby, the girls are getting impatient and they want answers. They said they not here for the Nandy mess. They trying to figure out what's going on with Rico and the alleged trafficking situation. So Nicole does respond. She doesn't respond in the same place where this conversation is had. She responds in a different location, and she says, good afternoon. I'm seeing questions about an update in regards to Rico. Certain things are not being disclosed due to privacy concerns. As far as the legal police investigations, they do not provide updates to me while preparing the case and gathering information. As soon as we receive an update, you all will be informed. Lastly, in reference to the GoFundMe for his car, you all were kind enough to donate $3,100 minus the 2.9% transaction fees, which was very kind of everyone who donated. Thank you. The issue is finding a reliable car in that price range with low mileage, not going to happen, and no major issues. The insurance down payment will also be taken out of the money. He hasn't had insurance in his name, so the down payment isn't cheap. So he has the money in his savings account. First, he has to secure permanent employment, which is a task, providing he has numerous doctor and therapy appointments that play an intricate role in his rehabilitation and finding normalcy. In addition, Rico has serious medical conditions that have not been addressed that we are working through. Please keep him in your prayers. Another roadblock we've encountered is the person who has claimed Rico was a paid employee for decades has placed him in a position to where he doesn't have enough work credits to receive any benefits. So with all of his disabilities at this point, he is still being forced to work around all the appointments with a hernia, PTSD, and depression from finally realizing she stole his life. As far as housing, it is easy to get him a place in someone else's name because his credit is ruined to no fault of his own, but he has to be able to have the income and resources to be able to be totally self-sufficient permanently. I hope this answers any questions you may have, regardless of the obstacles that he's facing. We are diligently working around the clock. Help him stand on his own. He will be okay, and as long as he needs to be here, he's welcome. Please keep in mind, you can't undo or rebuild in a few months what took years to destroy. To everyone who encourages and supports him, I really appreciate it. Now, just some info, okay, some insight. She follows it up with pictures of a denial letter or disapproved claim for the application that they submitted to the Social Security Administrative Department, office, whatever. Now, some of you may not be aware, and unless they changed it, from my understanding, because I went through this with my mother, okay? So when you apply for Social Security benefits, some people are not aware that they apply for both types. You might have only been applying for one type, like you might have been applying for SSI, which anyone who has a disability or blindness or met a certain age requirement could apply for and possibly be approved without having to meet work requirements, okay? Then you have SSDI, which requires you to have certain work credits in order to qualify. Now, this disapproval letter, from what I understand, looks like the one where they denied him for SSDI. This is why they mentioned the work credits, which of course, well, not going to say which of course, Rico wouldn't qualify for if he had not been filing his 1099, because he was not a regular employee. He was like an independent contractor. So this first denial letter doesn't mean that he can't get it. It means that they are still waiting on the response for the SSI, which I'm assuming is what they apply for. And if that is not what they apply for Rico, then they might want to go back and resubmit. Something else that also stood out to me was Ari is building her YouTube channel because she's unable to engage the way she wants to on her Facebook page. I'm assuming because of a copyright strike. I think someone spoke about her getting a copyright strike, or she put something up a little while ago, and she's still unable to go live, post videos, and those things. She can make statuses, but that's pretty much the limitation of it. Now, she's telling people to go follow her YouTube, which has well over the requirements to go live. You only need 50 subscribers to go live on YouTube. However, she is requiring that she hits at least 1,000 subscribers before she will go live on the page, which I found interesting, right? Because you need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Those are one of the requirements to get monetization for ads. And then you need 4,000 hours of watch time or whatnot. So if I speculated, which is what I'm finna do, right? I'm like, this page right now, and the whole basis of, the whole situation with Rico, for real, is supposed to be like awareness. People want updates. People want to be informed about what, like, they poured their time and energy into. So why wait until you reach 1,000 followers in order to go live? Why not just go live? You're way beyond the scope of 50 subscribers to go live. And people can do what they want to do, how they want to do it. But it just makes me feel like The focus point is monetary. Like she is looking to gain. And in the midst of that, ain't nothing wrong with that. But because of the type of things they are doing, I would think that is not, on the forefront. Now, I could be thinking wrong, possibly, but that's just my train of thought. And also, for every live that you do, even if you are not at 1,000 subscribers, all those minutes count towards your buildup. So essentially, like, for the people that can't find her or saying they don't see the page, if she was to go live and then share her link to her Facebook platforms and have everyone who is in support of this, who have platforms, share it that she's going live, she probably would have hit her 1,000 subscribers a long time ago. That's just insight from what I understand from being a vlogger, creating content and things like that. But I thought it was interesting that was her requirements in order to go live on YouTube for the people that is looking for updates and things like that. But to each their own. Let me know your thoughts.